Morning guys, and a warm welcome back to Alan's Allotment. Today is Monday, the 31st of May 2021, and of course it's the last day of May and we're into June tomorrow. What a slow start we've had and really crazy weather this year. Never seen anything like it, but at least things are now starting to get going, onwards and upwards. So came up here 6 o'clock this morning, trying to beat the sunshine, see if I could get those compost bays finished off at least, and get them lined and get the other gate on, and see if I could beat the heat. That wasn't to be. It's absolutely red hot again. So I came in and fed and watered all the birds about 5:30 this morning, and both youngsters off the Allotment have hatched, and that was under, we floated those eggs off under the young blondie neck cock and the white check Trigonino hen, and we'd taken their eggs and put them onto the Allotment. As you know, one of those got addled and it didn't hatch, but the other one did yesterday. Just before I went last night, I had a quick look in and I noticed they had hatched, and I've just been in this morning and checked on those two that was off the Allotment, and one had food in and one didn't. So we've taken the smallest one of those, which is about the same size as the one that hatched under the Allotment, and we've floated that back under the Allotment. So they've got one of their own, and they've got one off the blondie neck cock and the white check Trigonino. We've also got two more off the blondie neck cock and the white check Trigonino, and they're floated off underneath the blacks, if you remember, and they're doing a cracking job of rearing those. So everything's going in the right direction, guys. Another thing this morning, the Andalusian frill stencil youngster, not last year's late bred, has laid its first egg, and it's paired to a white bar toy stencil cock. And I said in an earlier video, they're not related, they've got different fathers, those two, and so if they've laid, there's a good possibility the almond hen has laid, and or the indigo hen, and we'll be able to float those eggs over off those into there. Just go and have this cup of coffee, and I'll catch you later. Right guys, so we have taken this other window out of here like we said we were going to. I've left the middle one in and the middle one at the back, and there's quite a bit of a breeze up today, so that's really good, and it should allow me to keep this shut but still get the airflow. You can see these tomatoes really picked up once they got it cooled down a bit and they got watered last night. And you'll see what I've done this morning as well. I've completely soaked this bed before the sun got right up. We're still very early in the morning, it's still only 7 o'clock. So we've got all of this bed, everything's a good thorough soaking down prior to the heat of the day. Likewise here, and this is already on the surface dried back, but the bed is soaking, of course. So everything should be all okay in here today, and you can see we've got a nice little bit of a breeze here, and you can see the plants blowing in the breeze, and our garlic swinging around at the shop. You remember I said I got myself some Crimson Crush? Well, here they are, and hopefully at some point today or tomorrow, I'm not in no major rush. So that one's a grafted one, and these two I got 3 for 10 quid on in Amazon, and they were a little bit anemic when they came, all of them were, but putting them in the little lean-to greenhouse I have down home for 2 or 3 days with a bit of sun on them soon brought them round, guys, and as you can see they're looking really nice. So these will be getting planted in here. I did have 3 of those ones, and I gave one to my father-in-law. This was an Amazon seller, as I say, but you can see they even came with the labels, really neatly packaged, three in a pot like this. The leaves were curled down a little bit, but they even came with the labels as well, guys. I was seriously impressed with the seller, and yeah, that one there was a grafted one, and we ordered that, and then there was a 3-week delay again from that company. I won't name the company, but I won't be using them again, because I've only ever ordered off them twice, and twice I've had to wait a massive period of time to get something off them. carrots are all looking good. We're going to put those outside today, and we're going to clear this bed down hopefully and get this all sorted out. Right, I'm going to get cracking before it gets too hot and see if I can get on with these compost bays, guys. I'll catch you later. Right guys, we managed to get one of the compost bays finished off. So we've lined this backside as well, obviously because the pallets are hollow, it would have just fell through. So we've put a lining on here and we've lathered it round, and it should hold the compost back. We put a little screw in here and one in there just to stop that rolling and rocking. We put a brace across the top to keep the pallet square, and that can be unscrewed if needed for easier access. And we've put the laths on the bottoms, up and down, across the back, and done there. So I'm just going to level this out now, guys, and then throw one or two of these bags of chicken manure on top, give it a wet down and let it get cracking. It's absolutely boiling again already, guys, and look at the amount of weed seed that's blown around here. We've got quite a breeze up, but it's still boiling hot, and there's loads and loads and loads of dandelion seed flying all over the place. Right guys, I'm in the shed and I'm just having myself a cup of coffee to rehydrate again. It's only 10:30 AM. As I say, I've been walking the floor since 4:30 this morning. I was sitting outside having a cup of coffee. And then, as I say, we came up here about 5:30, got the birds done and made a start around about 6 o'clock. 10:30, and I would say it's 28 degrees out there already. Sorry about the noise in the background. I've actually got the fan on the floor trying to cool down. It's absolutely boiling again. So what I'm thinking to myself now is it's way too hot again for me to go over there and do that second compost bay. I'm not going to do what I done yesterday and struggle on. I'm happy I've got the one compost bay done. We threw another couple of bags of that chicken manure in. We closed the gate and we threw another couple of bags of chicken manure in there, and we'll give it a bit of a wetting down. And it's only that deep basically, because it's 3 square feet, isn't it? Or 3 feet by 4 feet. So that, I'm happy that I've got somewhere to start start composting now, guys, and that'll take a while to fill up, of course. So what I'm thinking is we'll wait until it's a bit cooler to do the other compost bay, and when I'm feeling it a bit better. I'm going to have this cup of coffee, and I may just finish potting off those last little plants in the polytunnel. And I was thinking about planting the Crimson Crush, but the heat of this day is probably not a good idea to plant them in hot weather. Tomorrow's forecast to be a little bit cooler, I think, so we'll maybe leave it till tomorrow to plant them. But I might just go in and pot those other few plants up. And then I think I'm going to have an early day. I'm probably just going to do that and go down home. Right guys, we finally got done what I said I was going to do. It's too hot to do anything else. I potted up a few more of these plants into bigger pots, with the exception of that one I'm giving it to my neighbour. So we've got a couple of melons in there, another melon there, another one there. That's a courgette, that one. I'm going to try and grow courgette. And that's a honeydew in there. I'm going to leave these 3 tomatoes. We'll give them a drink, and I'm going to leave them until tomorrow till it cools down a bit before we transplant them. I don't want to give them a double whammy shock with the transplant and the heat of the day as well. So I'm happy with what I've got done today, guys. It's 12 o'clock now. I'll give you a final round up in the shed, and then I'm going home. Right guys, got the kettle on for the final cup of coffee. As I say, it's 12 o'clock now. I'm happy with what I got done today. At least I've got one compost bay I can start working on. I don't need to get the other one done right now. And I'm certainly not going to kill myself in this heat. I'm not feeling it today. I'm so near and yet so far from just coming up here and being able to tend to the plants, feed the pigeons and water them. And just having to do biggish jobs, maybe once a fortnight or something like that. like cleaning the pigeons out or the chickens or whatever. I am so close to just being able to come up here and actually enjoy it. And for now, like I said, the other compost bay can wait, and I've got one I can work with, so yeah, it can wait. I'll have this cup of coffee and then I'm going down home. Hopefully it's a bit cooler tomorrow, and I probably won't do anything at all in the garden tomorrow. I think I need to start perhaps sorting through these pigeons and see what's going to be going and what's staying. And that's going to take me a day or two to sort through them to see what I want to keep and what I want to let go. Right guys, as always, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, be practical and keep yourselves out of harm's way. Don't forget to like, dislike or leave a comment in the sections below. And we'll see you again in the next video, and thanks for watching.